Hello and welcome to the 23rd week of Season 23, Season of the Wish, starting on April 30th, 2024. We have a plethora of exciting Destiny content to cover, so let's kick things off with a new PvE game mode launching this week, Pantheon. Available from April 30th until June 3rd, Pantheon is Destiny 2's new limited time event PvE challenge. In this new game mode you will have to face down a gauntlet of Destiny 2's raid bosses, which escalate in the number of bosses and difficulty each week. But it isn't as simple as it sounds, as there are a few twists on how to approach them. Prepare to be nimble, adapt your strategies or throw them out the window and your fireteam will find success. Pantheon is not a match-made activity, but you will be able to use the in-game fireteam finder to find a group. Each week Pantheon will increase in scale and difficulty, starting with 4 bosses in the first week and growing up to 8 bosses in a row by May 21st. Week 1 will see Golgoroth from Kingsfall's 3rd encounter, Caretaker from Val the Disciple's 2nd encounter, Zorak from Root of Nightmare's 3rd encounter, and Atrax 1 from Deepstone Crypt's 2nd encounter. Week 2 will add Oryx, final boss from Kingsfall. Week 3 will add Rolk, final boss from Val the Disciple. And Week 4 will add Riven, final boss from Last Wish, and Nezarec, final boss from Root of Nightmares. After you defeat each boss encounter you can activate a transmat banner. This will progress you to the next arena in the challenge until you've defeated all the bosses. Each time a new boss is added, the activity modifiers will rotate, and the power cap will change, with Week 1 starting players at 5 power below, Week 2 10 power below, Week 3 15 power below, and Week 4 will scale all the way up to contest mode equivalent of 20 power below. As the difficulty goes up, so does the pool of available rewards. You can get adept raid weapons, deep sight versions of raid weapons, and even exotic weapons. Some rewards are weekly and others are linked to pursuits or triumphs, but many will also depend on your performance. Each encounter will also have a timer, so if you complete the encounter before the bonus timer expires and get a platinum score, you will also get the greatest rewards. In addition, Pantheon brings with it a multi-step quest called Divine Weaponry, which will be available from shacks in the Hall of Champions. On completion of various steps on the quest, you will be able to select from a pool of exotic raid weapons. These include from Deepstone Crypt the Solar Rocket Launcher Eyes of Tomorrow, from Kingsfall the Kinetic Scout Rifle Touch of Malice, from Val the Disciple the Void Pulse Rifle Collective Obligation, from Root of Nightmares the Solar and Stasis Shotgun Conditional Finality, and from Last Wish the Solar Heavy Fusion Rifle 1000 Voices. Pantheon also brings with it a seal and the title of Godslayer, in which you will have to complete 10 triumphs to claim the title. These are Extinction Averted, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Atrax Sovereign. This will award you the Atrax Dethroned emblem, and 30 Spores of Conquest. Checkmate, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Oryx Exalted. This will award you with the Exalted Beyond Oryx emblem, and 30 Spores of Conquest. Cast Shadow, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Rolk Indomitable. This will award you with the Rolk Subdued emblem and 30 Spores of Conquest. Deity Destroyed, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Nezarec Sublime. This will award you with the Elevated Above Nezarec emblem and 30 Spores of Conquest. Conquer the Crypt, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Atrax Sovereign with a high score. This will award you with the Kinetic Adaptive Frame Pulse Rifle Smite of Merian Harrowed. Unseat the King, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Oryx Exalted with a high score. This will award you with the Stasis High Impact Frame Machine Gun Quillam's Terminus Harrowed. Double-Edged, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Rock Indomitable with a high score. This will award you with the Arc Aggressive Frame Pulse Rifle Insidious Adept. At the Zenith, complete all encounters in the Pantheon Nezarec Sublime with a high score. This will award you with the Solar Adaptive Frame Trace Rifle Acacia's Dejection Adept. Rising High, and points across all encounters in the Pantheon. This will award you with the Solar Adaptive Frame Hand Cannon Zalus Bane Harrowed. And finally, Mountain Peak, and points across all encounters in the Pantheon. This will award you with the Strand Rapid Fire Frame Auto Rifle Rufus's Fury Adept. Pantheon is a limited time event and will be available from April 30th until June 3rd. This week also sees Into the Light bring with it the final 2 focusable weapons for the Brave Arsenal in the new game mode Onslaught. These are from Season 5, Season of the Forge, the Kinetic Aggressive Frame Pulse Rifle Blast Furnace, which has a base impact of 35, range of 79 and stability of 64. It can roll with Desperate Measures, Rampage and Firefly, with Keep Away, Kinetic Tremors and Headseeker. And from Season 4, Fabled Ranking Competitive, the Solar Precision Frame Hand Cannon Luna's Howl, which has a base impact of 84, range of 41 and stability of 57. It can roll with Magnificent Howl, Kill Clip and Incandescent, with Hill Clip, Enlightened Action and Discord. Both weapons have the origin trait of Indomitability, where final blows grant grenade energy when playing a light subclass, or melee energy when playing a dark subclass. If you're unfamiliar, Onslaught is Destiny 2's new PvE wave-based defense activity, where 3 Guardians defend the last city from increasingly difficult waves of the Witness's forces. On the way, Guardians will have to slay enemies, earn resources, build defences and sabotage pyramid ships. To find out more, check out our Onslaught Explain video in the description. Into the Light also brings with it a new title, new triumphs, and the Brave Seal. To unlock the title of Brave, you'll have to complete 10 triumphs. These are Brave Collector, complete all Brave weapon quests. Grimoire Gatherer 8, collect all 8 Grimoire cards. Lord of Reputation, reach maximum reputation with Lord Shax. So Many Waves, complete 300 waves in Onslaught. Breaking the Charge, defeat each of the 3 final bosses in Onslaught. Trying to budget, purchase 40 defences in Onslaught. Not on Your Watch, complete the 5th wave set in Onslaught on normal difficulty. Brave Weapon Master, defeat 900 opponents with the Brave Weapons. Defeating Guardians grants more progress. Triumphant Whisper, complete the exotic mission The Whisper. And Triumphant Outbreak, complete the exotic mission 0 Hour. Plus, if you've reached rank 16 with Lord Shax and you've completed all your weapon bounties from Arcite 9940, then this week you should be able to collect your Superblack shader from the Hall of Champions. This Tuesday also sees the return of Lord Saladin, as he takes over the Crucible 6v6 control node for the final time this season with the Iron Banner. This is a week-long free-to-play Crucible event, which means there will be no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Power level is disabled, meaning you can go into Iron Banner with whatever weapons and armour you would like. Iron Banner also brings with it challenges and a seal to become an Iron Lord. Each day for 4 days for each character from Tuesday's reset, Lord Saladin will give you the opportunity to receive Pinnacle rewards and rank boosts. By hovering over the Iron Banner node on the director, it will show you the 2 series objectives. Each series has 4 challenges rolled out daily over the week. Series 1, players can complete Iron Banner matches with no restrictions to earn Iron Banner rank boost multipliers. Series 2, players can earn points in Iron Banner with a specific seasonal subclass equipped to earn Iron Banner Pinnacle rewards. You can either play each day and collect each Pinnacle and rank boost, or you can wait until the Friday reset to play all the games you need to receive all the Pinnacles and boosts in one go. To receive the rank boost, you will have to play 3, 7, 12, and 18 games in total for all 4 boosts. And to receive the Pinnacles, you will have to get 50, 125, 225, and 350 points whilst having a specific seasonal subclass equipped. As a reminder, Pinnacle rewards will give you +5 to your power level if you are below the power cap of 1800. But if you are 1800 and trying to reach the Pinnacle cap of 1810, then the Pinnacles will give you +2 in light. Players can also rank up with Lord Saladin to receive rewards from his reward track, and equipping any Iron Banner armour, ornament, or weapon plus Iron Banner emblem will progress your progress faster in ranking up. This is multiplied if you complete the daily boosts as well. For the Iron Banner gear boost requirements, all 5 pieces must be equipped as gear or ornament for it to take effect. By hovering over the Iron Banner node on the directory, you'll now be able to select which mode you would like to play, either Iron Banner Control or the featured Iron Banner mode for the week. These include Iron Banner Tribute, Fortress, and Eruption. If you'd like to know more about these modes, then click the video link in the description. In Iron Banner Control, 2 teams of 6 are pitted against each other, with the objective to control 3 stationary fire pit capture points scattered around the arena, just like in a regular control match. At the start of the match, each team begins with a capture point close to their spawn point, making for an easy capture. The third capture point will be located in the middle of the map and initially be neutral. Guardians conquer capture points by standing on them whilst no enemies are in capture range. The process takes about 10 seconds and is not affected by the number of Guardians taking part in the capture. Capturing a point will reward you and your team a small portion of super energy. If you are on the point while it is captured, you will gain additional energy on top of the small portion. In Iron Banner Control, capturing one zone gets you +1 point. Capturing a second zone will get you +2 points. And capturing all 3 zones will get your team +3 points. This also applies to kills whilst holding the zones. 0 to 1 zones will get you +1 point per kill, and 2 zones +2 points per kill. If a team captures all 3 zones on the map, that team will activate the hunt, which locks both teams out of capturing the zones for 25 seconds. The team who initiates the hunt will earn 3 points per kill, whilst the hunted team will only earn 1 point per kill. After the 25 seconds have passed, all zones will become unlocked and the teams can recapture the zones again. During an Iron Banner Control match, there is only one power ammo spawn location. It will spawn in at 45 seconds and then every 120 seconds after. Matches feature an 8-minute time limit and all players will respawn automatically 5 seconds after the death mechanics. A mercy rule can be activated if one team reaches 60% score before the other team reaches 20. The first team to 150 points or the team that has the most points at the end of the time limit is declared the winner. With Iron Banner's return, this also means that you have one more chance to become an Iron Lord. To do this, you will need to complete 7 triumphs. These are Jolder's Victory, win matches in Iron Banner playlists across all events and seasons. Gnora's Seal, acquire Iron Banner armour. Each piece must be unique to count towards the total. Ormond's Taste, acquire Iron Banner weapons. Each weapon must be unique to count towards the total. All-Wing Spirit, earn points by completing objectives in the Iron Banner playlist modes. Frostmire's Will, complete Iron Banner challenges. Grimmel's Dedication, reset Iron Banner rank twice. Durham's Howl, Complete Iron Banner matches whilst wearing at least one piece of Iron Banner armour. Earn additional progress for each piece of Iron Banner armour equipped. And to gild the title this season you have 5 triumphs to complete, which are Glorious Hell, win Iron Banner matches, earn additional progress for each piece of Iron Banner gear equipped. Again with Feeling, reset Iron Banner rank. On Point, earn points by completing objectives in the Iron Banner playlist modes whilst using one of the featured series subclasses. One and Done, complete all 4 Iron Banner challenges in a single Iron Banner celebration. And Down Dear Friend, defeat 200 Guardians in Iron Banner, and bonus progress for using Iron Banner weapons from the current season. Season of the Wish Iron Banner brings with it new rewards to collect, including the Iron Banana Emblem Tributary, and the legendary shader Biochrome Oasis. Iron Banner has had a mid-season refresh, adding 2 more featured weapons. These are the returning kinetic lightweight fed submachine gun, the Multimax CCX, which has a base impact of 15, a range of 29 and stability of 38. It can roll with Iron Reach, kinetic tremors and target lock, with dynamic sway reduction, rangefinder and moving target. And the new strand waveframe grenade launcher, the Tusk of the Boar, which has a base blast radius of 100, velocity of 69 and handling of 69. It can roll with bait and switch, chain reaction and deconstruction, with Envious Assassin, enlightened action and pulse monitor. Both weapons have the origin perk of Skulking Wolf, while at low health Guardian final blows with weapon grant enhanced radar and remove you from the opposing radar. And field tested, defeating targets or dealing damage with this weapon gradually increase range, stability, handling and reload speed. Also available is the Strand high impact frame auto rifle, the Lethal Abundance, which has a base impact of 33, a range of 80 and stability of 31. It can roll with Slice, Keep Away and dynamic sway reduction, with Onslaught, tap the trigger and target lock. And the kinetic lightweight frame shotgun, the Wristwalker, which has a base impact of 65, a range of 45 and stability of 43. It can roll with Slideways, Killing Wind and Discord, with opening shot, Adagio and Iron Reach. Leaving the loot pool with this Iron Banner will be the Solar Adaptive Frame Pulse Rifle Jorum's Claw, the Kinetic Aggressive Frame Sniper Rifle Bite of the Fox, the Strand Adaptive Frame Fusion Rifle Pressurized Precision, and the Void Rapid Fire Frame Heavy Grenade Launcher Swarm of the Raven. Iron Banner will be available from April 30th to May 6th, 2024.
Yes!
Moving on, we have our Legacy rotation starting with the Forsaken expansion.
Ready if you are. Let's see what's out there.
The Dreaming City this week is at a weak curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Strand, and has the Broken Courier mission for the next week. The Blind Well features Scorn enemies and the Plagues, Sicarus and Veracus. The Ascendant challenge this week will be the Forfeit Shrine, which can be located over in the Gardens of Vasilia on the Dreaming City. Next up, the Shadowkeep expansion. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is Beyond. The Trove Guardian and the Wandering Nightmare, the Fallen Council, are both located in Archer's Line. And the Nightmare hunts this week will be Zydron, Servitude, Tanix, Isolation, and Scolus, Pride. For our Beyond Light expansion, on Europa this week, Credis, the Dark Priestess, will be the Empire Hunt, Eventide Ruins will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Survival. For the 30th Anniversary expansion, Dares of Eternity Legendary rounds are Vex, Cabal, and for the final round, Crota. The loot rotation will be on week 2's rotation, with the Scatterhorn armor set, and the Perfectus armor set being available. The weapons available this week will be the Kinetic Adaptive Frame Auto Rifle Scathelock, the Kinetic Aggressive Frame Submachine Gun Extraordinary Rendition, the Void Aggressive Burst Sidearm Brass Attacks, the Void Precision Frame Linear Fusion Rifle Threaded Needle, the Solar High Impact Frame Rocket Launcher Code Dwello, the Void Lightweight Frame Bow Imperial Needle, the Solar Adaptive Frame Sniper Rifle Far Future, the Arc Adaptive Frame Sword Honor's Edge, the Solar Rapid Fire Frame Sniper Rifle Distant Tumulus, the Arc Adaptive Frame Grenade Launcher Interference 6, the Kinetic Adaptive Frame Sniper Rifle Shepherd's Watch, and the Solar Adaptive Frame Hand Cannon Annual Skate. For the Witch Queen expansion, the Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Arrival, where the modifiers are Scorched Earth and Fire Pit, as well as Barrier and Unstoppable champions. Also this week you will have Altar of Reflection's Choice and Altar of Reflection's Pact. The Wellspring activity has been updated to include a featured Throne World weapon, Veritas armor, and a weapon pattern as its rewards. For the Lightfall expansion, the weekly mission is Downfall, with extra shields, lock loadouts, and extra champions, Barrier and Unstoppable champions, Solar Threat, Scorched Earth, Kinetic Overcharge, Stasis and Solar Surges, with an overcharged weapon and galvanized on hero difficulty only. The Partition mission will be Backdoor, contest mode enabled with Barrier and Overload champions, Void Threat, Arc and Solar Shields, Shocker modifier, with solar and stasis surges. And the Vex incursion this week will be set for Concourse. In addition, the weekly Lightfall reset also refreshes the Pinnacle drop for the Node Override Avalon exotic mission on the EDZ, and the Starcrossed exotic mission in the Helm. For the Season of the Deep, all 3 fishing ponds are now exotic all week. Raids and Dungeons. The Crota's End raid challenge this week is the first encounter, Enter the Abyss, called Conservation of Energy. Guardians must alternate between depositing the Chalice of Light in a podium and enlightening a lamp. Also, if you complete the weekly challenge on Master, you'll get an Adept weapon. The Adept weapon you get is a random drop, but works on a knockout system. You will get a new one with every challenge you complete every week until you've unlocked them all. The Root of Nightmares raid challenge this week is the second encounter, Scission, called Crossfire. No one can shoot the launch crystals on the side they're currently standing on. The King's Fall raid challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Oryx, called Hands Off. Players must not kill the same Ogre or Lighty tonight throughout the encounter. The Vow the Disciple challenge this week is the 3rd encounter, the Upender, called Defenses Down. This is where each player cannot kill more than 1 Taken Knight in total. The Vault of Glass challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Confluxes, called Wait For It, where every Yellow Bar Wyvern must be killed as they sacrifice themselves to the Confluxes. The Deepstone Crypt challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Crypt Security, called Red Rover. This is where all Guardians must be an operator and shoot the 2 panels on the lower levels. And the Last Wish challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Riven, called Strength of Memory, where Guardians must not shoot the same Riven Eye twice. Your Pinnacle raid will be the Garden of Salvation over on the Moon, which means all challenges will be available for each encounter. These are the 1st encounter, Embrace, called To the Top. This is where you must not kill the Cyclopses that spawn near the Consecrated Mine. The 2nd encounter, Spire Defense, called A Link to the Chain. This is where all Guardians must receive the Enlighten buff at the same time. The 3rd encounter, Consecrated Mind, called Staying Alive, where you must not kill the spawning Cyclopses in the first 2 rooms. And the 4th encounter, Sanctified Mind, called 0 to 100, where you must fully fill each conflux with 30 motes within 10 seconds of initially banking the first set of motes. Also, with the Gun of Salvation being the featured raid, this does mean that you might be able to find a team to guide you through the final part of the Divine Fragment quest and raid puzzles to collect the exotic trace rifle Divinity. The Pinnacle dungeon will be the Spire of the Watcher over on the Throne World, and the exotic mission rotator will be Presage, with the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle being the main reward. Craftable weapons available from this mission include the Arc Adaptive Glaive Nezarex's Whisper, the Stasis Aggressive Frame Rocket Launcher Bump in the Night, the Kinetic Precision Frame Scout Rifle Tears of Contrition, the Void Adaptive Frame Trace Rifle Hollow Denial, the Kinetic Precision Frame Auto Rifle Firefright, the Solar Lightweight Frame Shotgun Without Remorse, the Kinetic Adaptive Frame Hand Cannon or Stringer, the Solar Sidearm Drang Baroque, the Solar Adaptive Frame Sniper Beloved, and the Solar Submachine Gun Callus Mini Tool, with the Eidolon Pursuant armor set. Plus, the exotic mission The Whisper is available over in the Into the Light node. Next up, challenges. We have now had all 66 challenges over the first 10 weeks of the season. So, as a reminder, if you complete 63 out of the 66, you can get a large pile of Bright Dust to spend at the Eververse store in-game. Here's a few that you might have missed that you might want to get completed in the next few months. Boss Battle. Defeat bosses in Strikes or Vanguard playlists. Bonus progress is granted for defeating bosses on Hero difficulty or higher. 4. Challenge XP+++ and Bright Dust. Over Specialise. Get 100 final blows with weapons using special ammo in ritual activities. Earn bonus progress by defeating Guardians. 4. Challenge XP++ and Bright Dust. Darkest Nightfall. Complete any Nightfall strike on Hero difficulty or higher. Bonus progress is granted for completing Nightfalls above Hero difficulty. 4. Challenge XP++, Bright Dust and a Nightfall weapon. Taking all challenges. Complete weekly playlist challenges. 4. Challenge XP+ and Bright Dust. Throne World activities. In the Throne World, complete bounties and earn progress by completing patrols, public events and looting lost sectors. 4. Challenge XP and Bright Dust. Round and round we go. Generate orbs of power in Vanguard, Gambit or Crucible playlists. 4. Challenge XP+++ and Bright Dust. Absolutely stunning. Stun 50 champions. 4. Challenge XP+++ and Bright Dust. And Mod Collector. Unlock 12 artifact mods. 4. Challenge XP++ and Bright Dust.
Hello!
As a reminder, your daily lost sector will show you a flag outside which will give you details of threats, shields, champions and exotic armor you will find inside. But if you're new to the game or using an alternate character and can't find the flag outside, you will have to run through the lost sector normally to have it show up on your map as a legend/master, which you can either do solo or with a fire team, but you'll only be able to earn a chance at the exotic drop when completing solo. This season will see the introduction of Gunsmith engrams, as well as a selection of foundry weapons for completing Legend and Master lost sectors while solo, with Legend being a 70% chance to Master being 100%, assuming the Guardian is thorough enough to leave no champion standing. Thorough completions on Master difficulty will also have the advantage of weapons dropping an additional perk in either the 3rd or 4th column. The weapons available from the lost sectors are grouped into 4 weapons per day over 4 days, and after the 4th day the cycle repeats back to the first set. The following weapons will be available from the lost sectors during the Season of the Wish. Day 1, the Strand High Impact Frame Fusion Rifle Nox Perennial 5, the Strand Adaptive Frame Auto Rifle Old Sterling, the Solar Rapid Fire Frame Grenade Launcher Marsilian C, and the Stasis Omolon Adaptive Frame Sidearm Sinua SI6. Day 2, the Stasis High Impact Frame Pulse Rifle Psychomatic 5, the Strand Precision Frame Scout Rifle Glissando 47, the Strand Vice Rapid Fire Frame Sniper Rifle Urakanji, and the Arc Adaptive Frame Sword Nazaruddin. Day 3, the Solar Lightweight Frame Sidearm Heliocentric QSC, the Kinetic Aggressive Frame Sniper Rifle Last Foray, the Arc Aggressive Frame Shotgun Hand in Hand, and the Kinetic Lightweight Frame Pulse Rifle Battle Scar. Day 4, the Nadir Void Adaptive Frame Sword Geodetic HSM, the Arc Aggressive Frame Hand Cannon Combined Action, the Void Wave Frame Grenade Launcher Harsh Language, and the Solar Adaptive Frame Auto Rifle Coronactor 22. This week's rotation will start in Weapon Set 3 on Tuesday's reset. Tuesday, April 30th will be Aphelios Rest on the Dreaming City for exotic boots, Solar Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Void Shields, Epitaph Modifier, Overcharged Shotguns with Overload and Unstoppable Champions. Wednesday, May 1st will be Bay of Drowned Wishes on the Dreaming City for exotic gauntlets, Arc Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Void Shields, Raider Shield Modifier, Overcharged Snipers with Overload and Unstoppable Champions. Thursday, May 2nd will be Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City for exotic chests, Solar Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Void and Solar Shields, Epitaph Modifier, Overcharged Swords with Overload and Unstoppable Champions. Friday, May 3rd will be Petition on Europa for exotic helmets, Arc Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Arc and Void Shields, Shocker Modifier, Overcharged Fusion Rifles with Barrier and Overload Champions. Saturday, May 4th will be Bunker E15 on Europa for exotic boots, Void Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Void Shields, Shocker Modifier, Overcharged Grenade Launchers with Barrier and Overload Champions. Sunday, May 5th will be Concealed Void on Europa for exotic gauntlets, Solar Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Void and Solar Shields, Arachno Modifier, Overcharged Trace Rifles with Barrier and Overload Champions. And finally, back round to Monday, May 6th will be Thrillerdrome on Neptune for exotic chests, Void Threat, Solar and Stasis Surges, Arc and Void Shields, Shocker Modifier, Overcharged Grenade Launchers with Barrier and Overload Champions.
Lead the way.
Our 23rd feature, Nightfall, will see us face against Sadia in the Corrupted over on the Dreaming City, where you have a chance to get a Pinnacle engram if you complete the Nightfall with a score of 200k or more. This Nightfall is free to play. You'll be able to earn high-end gear for your characters, including the Nightfall featured weapon, exotic gear, enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, Ascendant shards, and adept Nightfall ciphers. The higher the Nightfall difficulty, the more common the drop will be, with the featured weapon and exotic gear being uncommon at hero difficulty to being common with Ascendant shards in Grand Masters. Legend and lower Nightfalls will have 3 Overload and 6 Unstoppable, with 22 Solar, 30 Void and 15 Arc Shields. Masters and GMs will have 8 Overload and 10 Unstoppable, with 20 Solar, 28 Void and 14 Arc Shields. Your Nightfall modifiers are Hero difficulty, maximum effective level 1765, matchmaking is available, enemies have extra shields, Champions Foe, you will face Overload and Unstoppable champions, you can either use intrinsic exotics, use a subclass debuff, or unlock anti-champion mods from the seasonal artifact. Overcharged weapons, weapons overcharged from the seasonal artifact are active in this activity. Kinetic weapons do increased damage when your subclass element matches an active surge. Arc Threat, 25% increase to incoming arc damage. Denial, taken Vandals summon their shields more often. Arc Surge, 25% bonus to outgoing arc damage. Void Surge, 25% bonus to outgoing void damage. Overcharged weapons, 25% bonus damage with rocket launchers. Galvanized, combatants have more health and are more difficult to stun. Legend difficulty, maximum effective level 1815, includes all previous modifiers except Galvanized. No matchmaking. Equipment locked, you will be unable to change your equipment after this activity starts. Master difficulty, maximum effective level 1820, includes all previous modifiers except Galvanized. Champions Mob, this difficulty adds more champion enemies. Chafe, radar is disabled. Grandmaster difficulty, maximum effective level 1815, includes all previous modifiers except Galvanized and Denial, Joining Progress disabled, Extinguish, if your fighting falls in a restricted zone your team is returned to orbit, Limited Revives, gain additional revives by defeating champions, up to a maximum of 20, Contest Mode, which caps your power level to make enemies more of a challenge, and Epitaph, taking combatants generate Blight Geysers when defeated. To combat champions you have access to subclass counters as well as a choice of intrinsic anti-champion artifact mods. This season's artifact is the Queen's Force Sensor. The anti-champion mods available this week are Overload Auto Rifle, Overload Pulse Rifle, and Overload Rocket Launcher, Unstoppable Hand Cannon, and Unstoppable Bow. You also have exotic weapons and armor that can help with intrinsic mods as well. For Overload, the Void Energy Bowler Monarch, the Arc Energy Linear Trace Rifle Divinity, the Arc Heavy Machine Gun Thunderlord, and the Warlock Exotic Boots the Secant Filaments, which when you drop an Empowering Rift, any weapon that is fired from inside the well can cause an Overload champion to be stunned. For Unstoppable, the Kinetic Fusion Rifle Bastion, the Kinetic Hand Cannon Malfeasance, the Kinetic Scout Rifle Touch of Malice, the Solar Energy Sidearm Devil's Ruin, the Void Heavy Bow Leviathan's Breath, the Titan Gauntlet Sash and Wake, where Fusion Grenade hits stun unstoppable champions, and the Hunter Gauntlet Zathras' Embrace, which have a chance to stun unstoppable champions with their empowered weighted knife. The Nightfall featured weapon to attain this week will be the new Solar Double Fire Frame Grenade Launcher, the Wild Style, which has a base blast radius of 60, velocity of 90 and stability of 27. It can roll with Incandescent, Permeability and Collective Action, with Keep Away, Enlightened Action and Envious Assassin. It has the origin trait of Stunning Recovery, where if you stun a champion you partially refill the magazine, trigger health regen and improve your recovery for a short duration. Vanguard Vindication, where final blows with the weapon grant a small amount of health, and Text Balanced Stock. Damaging targets while firing from the hip increases handling, reload speed and movement speed whilst aiming down sights. Available in the 6v6 playlist will be Iron Banner, and in the Party Relentless playlist will be Clash. Clash is a 6v6 PvP mode where level advantages are disabled, and points are gained through scoring kills against the opposing team. Players are not penalised for low map control, and can bunker down together or fan out as they see fit. Strength in numbers is paramount as a lone player can be picked off very quickly by a team shooting enemies. Heavy ammo can swing the balance of a match, so controlling the box can be the key to winning. Super usage both offensively and defensively is one way to break the deadlock. Showdown will also be available in the 3v3 playlist. In Showdown, 2 teams of 3 compete in a round-based twist on the standard team deathmatch. Teams have to work together to score as many kills as they can across a series of 5-timed rounds. If each team manages to win 2 rounds apiece, a 5th Showdown round commences, in which each player has only 1 life, kicking off a tense elimination style tiebreaker. Rounds are 90 seconds with a score limit of 10. Revives are available, and reviving a down teammate before they respawn will take the point back from the opposing team. And available in the Crucible Labs playlist will be the new game mode Hardware Supremacy. The hardware modifier disables all abilities, including movement abilities like Dodge and Icarus Dash, although you can still use your powered jump abilities. This puts the focus on pure gunplay. Every Guardian that falls will leave a class-based crest behind, and collecting those is the key to winning each match, no matter if they were dropped by a defeated enemy or by a fallen comrade. Securing opposing Guardian's crest will net the team 1 point, and collecting a fallen teammate would deny your opponent that point. Focus on recovering the crest to earn points and defeat the opposing team. Special and heavy ammo will be available from crates around the map, and as this is Supremacy, you will have to play the objective to win.
Earn your honour, Guardian.
For anyone who is just returning or catching up with content, we have Riven's Wishes, where players can visit Morosov in the Helm to accept a new weekly quest with a high-risk objective in the Dreaming City, such as completing legendary lost sectors or dungeons. Upon completion of these weekly objectives, players can return to Mara to receive a wish token. Each week you can use this token to choose a prize from one of the 3 different categories. Category 1, Last Wish Residence, where you can choose a red bordered Last Wish raid weapon. These are the Kinetic Rapid Fire Frame Sniper Rifle Supremacy, the Kinetic High Impact Frame Scout Rifle Transfiguration, the Solar Adaptive Frame Rocket Launcher Apex Predator, the Kinetic Lightweight Frame Pulse Rifle Chattering Bone, the Arc Adaptive Frame Hand Cannon Nation of Beasts, the Arc Adaptive Frame Fusion Rifle Techium Force, the Solar Lightweight Frame Bow Tyranny of Heaven, and the Void High Impact Frame Auto Rifle Age Old Bond. Category 2, Exotics, where you can choose a piece of Lightfall Year exotic armour. For the Hunters, the Speedloader Slacks, Search Arachne's Facade, Triton Vice, and the Mothkeeper's Wraps. For the Titans, the Cadmus Ridge Lance Cap, Abeyant Leap, a Bull Warden, and the Pyrogale Gauntlets. For the Warlocks, Ballador's Wrathweavers, Swarmers, Cenotaph Mask, and the Briarbinds. Category 3 Miscellaneous, where you can choose from a variety of other rewards, such as Dawning and Fetter of the Lost mementos, Ascendant Shards, Ascendant Alloys, and Exotic Ciphers. Riven's Wishes will offer new quests for 6 weeks, but you will have time to complete them and earn rewards up through the final Shapes release.
That is amazing.
Also continuing this week will be Moments of Triumph 2023, with a collection of 30 challenges celebrating everything you've been able to achieve in the past year. If you've been active, you'll likely already have some of these completed, which just gets you closer to getting the 26 you'll need for the 2023 title. Along the way, you'll also earn some event rewards, including the new Laurel Shell for your Ghost, and the Fire Guilt Quadrig Sparrow, plus access to purchase the 2023 Moments of Triumph shirt. This week we'll also see bonus Gambit ranks available all week long. Plus, as a reminder, you can collect a free pile of 700 Bright Dust from the Eververse store every week up until the final Shapes release.
Get back out there.
And that's it for the 23rd week of Season of the Wish. Thank you for watching. Allons-y.
Guardian down.